And I am making pie crust. I don't know why, but it's somehow comforting to make pie crust. It's something I used to do with my dad. Every holiday for Christmas season, we would make pies together. Isn't that cute? So what I'm doing here is I'm cutting up some butter. And I decided not to do it in a bowl like I usually do, but just to do it on the countertop because I'm trying to avoid using dishes. So what I'm doing is cutting cold butter first into as small pieces as I can get, and then I'm going to get in there with my fingers and break it into smaller pieces. Ultimately, I want my butter to be smaller than peas. They keep calling me. Some kind of company. 800 number. So I did this much butter, that much is left. So like half a stick. I'm hoping to make 2 crusts. I don't remember exactly how much it takes. But whatever flour is left over is going to go into the cookies that I'm making. So this is why I like cooking lots of things at once with lots of overlapping ingredients. So I'm trying to get tiny balls of butter into big chunks of flour, and then I'm going to take a little bit of water and add it 1 spoonful at a time of cold water until this starts to form into a ball. Then I'll roll that out, and that'll make pie crust. That will be delicious and flaky and buttery. A little bit of salt and a little bit of sugar might be a good idea too. I think this butter, I don't know, probably has pretty good flavor. I probably won't put any sugar. I don't really like a sweet crust, but probably a little bit of salt. Okay, it's looking good. I'm going to throw in some salt and some water and mix it up. Yeah. Okay, so that's the trickiest part, is getting just enough water for it to stick together, but not too much water for it to become mush. And then I'm just going to use this glass as a rolling pin because I'm lazy. And this is in my kitchen, but I'm sure she has a very nice rolling pin. But again, another dish I don't want to wash, whereas I already have to wash this one. It's the same dish I just used for the eggs. So, just adding enough water for it to barely stick together, and not handling the butter too much. Now I'm going to roll this out. If it sticks to the rolling pin, I put a little flour. You and I have history, don't you remember? And on the dough. What you're trying to do when you make a pie crust is have little bits of butter trapped inside the flour. That's how you get a nice flaky crust. So that's why I made all those little pieces of butter. I ended up adding the whole rest of the stick because I am making 2 crusts after all. And now I'm going to roll it out as thin as I can get it, basically. I hope you see that there's flour on my counter. That keeps it from sticking. But even if it sticks, you can always patch it back together, and you can use a little bit of water as glue. Glue is like, or water is like glue for dough. It's looking pretty good, actually. I don't know, I didn't even measure how much flour you saw I put on the counter to start out with, and I still have some left, so that's kind of what I was going for. But it's exciting. I love making pie crusts, and I'm excited about the quiches that are going to go in them with all my roasted vegetables. Then I'm going to blend up these eggs, scrambled eggs with a little extra whites to them. A little bit of salt, little spices. I'm going to pour those over the vegetables onto the crusts. Bake it at 350 for, I'm going to start checking in at about 20 minutes. Might take 30 minutes, might take 40 minutes. Depends on a lot of factors. But until the eggs stop jiggling and it looks like it's firm and it's cooked and it looks like quiche. That's when you know it's quiche. And it looks like quiche. Alright, I'm getting there. Keep rolling over the thicker areas, and you can kind of move the dough around and spread the thicker sections out into the thinner sections. Okay, now a little glue. I'm going to put it in these pans. Whip up those eggs, get these in the oven. Ooh, that's hot. Just in the oven, I guess. So, what I ended up doing, because a small rolling pin can't really roll out a big sheet of dough, is I ended up putting little pieces in the pan and then kind of gluing them together. And then I just scattered the roasted vegetables on there. They look really good. These are shallots that were kind of old, but the thing about old vegetables is as long as you cook them to a high enough temperature, then I feel like nothing survives that's going to hurt me. So that one is ready. This other one that I broke the tin foil, I'm going to just throw on another piece and load it up with this part of the crust that I just rolled out from the extra part. I guess I just found that it was a lot easier to work with smaller sections, that I could roll them out thinner. I guess that's the thing about using the proper tool for the job. When you use a rolling pin, you can make a nice big sheet, and then you can just lay it right over your pie.